Hey everybody, welcome to Earl Grey Tuesday. No, it's not copyright infringement. The copyright for Steamboat Willie ended about 5 days ago. Uh so actually I have the freedom to actually use it, but apparently Disney is still trying to pull some stuff there. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to take it directly from my records. I'll load it up to my channel and then I can play it on my own channel. Yeah, Disney lost the copyright to that. They've also lost the copyright to Winnie the Pooh. But I wanted to show the uncensored version, folks. Because the uncensored version shows all where Mickey Mouse is swinging around a cat and bonking him and kicking pigs and stuff like that. So, but that's all right. Like I said, I'm a YouTube creator, so it only cut off that particular stream. So the only thing I did was start a new stream. But I certainly hope you guys are doing well. Of course, this is Earl Grey Tuesday, and actually this time I got Earl Grey tea. Little smoky and a water. Yeah, that's one video we can actually play. Let's go ahead and address the rabbit. That's right, the rabbit. All right, where is it at? Because I knew you guys was gonna ask me about what he had to say. So let's take a look at this goofball here. We'll get the sound up.
To Vince, a man that is responsible, that is a husband, that is a father, that gets up and goes to work every day to make sure that his family has everything that they need. That guy doesn't have any alpha credentials. That's why arguing with Melvin, it's like arguing with a woman. He's not gonna fucking get it. He doesn't have a fucking wife. He doesn't have any fucking kids. More than likely, he's gonna die alone in his own piss and shit in bed. So, I actually feel sorry for him.
Let's play
According
that
to
again.
Vince, a man that is responsible, that is a husband, that is a father, that gets up and goes to work every day to make sure that his family has everything that they need. That guy doesn't have any alpha credentials. That's why arguing with Melvin, it's like arguing with a woman. He's not gonna fucking get it. He doesn't have a fucking wife. He doesn't have any fucking kids. More than likely, he's gonna die alone in his own piss and shit in bed. So, I actually feel sorry for him.
What do you think, guys? Now, there's a couple things I need to address. I'm going to go ahead and get this. The reason why I'm playing this early is because you guys are going to ask me about this. First off, at no point in time has anyone ever asked me that question as to whether that's alpha or not. People have asked whether taking it up the ass is alpha. People have asked me whether riding a horse is alpha. People have asked me whether voting for Trump is alpha. I've been asked all those questions, but never that question. So I don't know what Egon Spangler is talking about. Well, I can't call him Egon Spangler because Egon Spangler actually is smart. But if Cuban wants me to address it, okay, fine. It isn't alpha. No. It's called responsibilities. It's admirable. But, this is a issue to where, my brothers and sisters and black folks do this shit all the time there. They want to get credit for things that they're supposed to do. You're supposed to be a good husband. I got black folks up there telling me I take care of my kids. Motherfucker, you supposed to take care of your kids. They're your damn kids. You're supposed to take care of your kids. I pay my bills. Nigga, you supposed to pay your bills. You supposed to work a job. Okay? You don't get credit for things that you are supposed to do in life naturally, you know? That don't make no sense. Black folks do that stuff all the time. They want credit for taking care of their kids, you know, and stuff like that. I will tell Cuban that it's admirable, it's being responsible, but it has nothing to do with being alpha. And I've already put the parameters in place for what I consider alpha. Now, going back to what Cuban's saying, he's actually taking my word as far as to what alpha is. Otherwise, most people would ignore me. Folks, you can define what alpha is here, as far as I'm concerned. The only reason why I brought it up is because I was asked what the fuck was alpha a couple weeks ago, and now we're stringing the whole thing along. I'm going to repeat these simple criterias again. Very simple. If you have done the job or are continuing the job doing something that can get you seriously injured or killed. College football. Working on power lines, that's freaking alpha. Working on a roof, that's alpha. Doing construction work in a high-rise building, that's alpha. Working as a corrections officer, me, that's alpha. Doing bouncing and security, alpha. Professional wrestling, alpha. Okay? That's it, you know? It has nothing to do with a look or like, you know. I got a friend that's a drag queen, serves in the U.S. Army, has done 2 tours of fucking duty. Okay? 2 tours of duty in Afghanistan. And is a drag queen. That's fucking alpha. Okay? Plain and simple. That's what alpha is all about. That's what I define it as. You can define it as the whatever the hell you want, you know? But believe me, there's a lot of drag queens in the military. There's a lot of gay people in the military. And they've served this country for hundreds of years. There's ones that have fought in World War I, Korea, and everything, you know. That's an alpha job, folks. Plain and simple. A job or task that can get you seriously injured or killed is what I consider alpha. Okay? But at no point in time did I ever address things like that. It has nothing to do with the criteria of being alpha. It's admirable and it's being responsible, but that's about it. You don't get no extra credit. That can account for practically everybody. No, mopping floors ain't alpha, you know. But one thing's for sure, the way Cuban's talking, you know, I mean, I can go and put on some high heels. I can go put on a dress. I can put on a freaking wig and everything and put makeup on just like I did in Halloween. Okay? Remember when I dressed up as a 10-10-10. But even in a miniskirt, even in high heels, even with a wig on, even with makeup with lipstick, I could still come down to Florida and beat the shit out of Cuban and McCook any day, even in high heels. I will fuck both of them up, you know. Plain and simple. Dress or no dress, skirt or no skirt, high heels or no high heels. Cuban and them can't beat me in a fight, that's for sure, and that's all that matters. Now anyway, how y'all folks doing today? So America is that old. It's America is over almost, well, about 250 years old. Yeah. So hundreds of years. My makeup skills are inadequate. I had to go on YouTube to learn how to apply makeup. I never put makeup on before. But you know, you guys wanted me to do that for Halloween. You know, I got to take care of the audience. You know what I mean? But yeah, my makeup skills obviously are not good because, you know, it's not something I wear. How about managing sales websites? No. My wife pays. Lucky you. But yes, I have been married. I don't have kids. Obviously, I wouldn't have kids, folks, you know. But so what? I still got plenty of nephews, and I got a niece. The bloodline will continue. Yes, indeed, the bloodline will continue. Oh, anyone can slip on a wet floor. When's the last time I've got the prostate massaged at the doctor's office? You know, you got to get your prostate checked twice a year for cancer, you know. It's very important, folks. Don't be afraid of getting a prostate exam. You know. Don't be afraid of getting a finger up your ass, you know. It's important to get a finger up your ass to check for cancer. Period. You should reach out to Joe Pietaro and have him set up a boxing. None of them are gonna box. I mean, I already know I can beat him. What's the point? I mean, I'm not Jay Masters or anything. But just another example of people who have no clue exactly what alpha is, or at least what I define it as. Admirable, responsible, but you're supposed to take care of your kids. You're supposed to be a good husband, you know. And like I said, black folks do that stuff all the time. I got some of my brothers and sisters coming up to me saying, I take care of my kids. I'm like, well, good for you, you know. Can't watch this one. 1 second. Let's take a look at the videos for this week. Well, I only get my prostate checked twice a year. I mean, I am 46 after all. I do exactly what my doctors tell me to do. Nothing else. But in any event, let's get the show started. All right. Got my light. Little J Masters get started out, folks.
Let's go below the belt. Let's do this. You really fuck over Jay, like you have been, and then I go full broke Malone on your ass, and I not only do I show up at your house, I show up at your work, and I'm not going to show up at your work while you're there. I'm going to show up at your work while you're. I might show up at your work while all your coworkers are showing up to their work with a sign. Brian. Yeah. You want to fuck over Big J? You want to cheat Jay out of a couple $100?
Just so you know, my soon-to-be new workplace has security there, so I don't have to worry about anyone showing up for that. But yeah, Suge Knight, Jay got that stuff from Suge Knight because Suge Knight used to do stuff like that.
Okay. No big deal. Let's do that, Brian. Let's do that. How about Big J shows up at your work hours before anybody gets there, and I'm holding a big sign that says, whatever. Or how about, while I know you're at work, I go to your house with a big sign that says, who knows what. Brian. You think I did Broke Malone nasty? Wait till you guys see what I can do to Brian. I don't know if that's his name. Just made that
It's always meant to see him in that shape.
up.
I certainly hope Jay gets a little bit better. He can't continue doing this type of drinking forever. Even though it's 3 years ago, I mean, his last most recent video was pretty bad.
Imagine being stuck out on your mail route, doing your job, and you got this fat, overweight truck.
Pegging isn't alpha, but technically it counts as a prostate exam, if that helps.
Hanging out by your house with a sign that says "You touch kids." Whoa. Who cares if it's true? Doesn't matter if it's true. Imagine if this fat, overweight trucker shows up in your job before anybody gets there, and all your coworkers show up, and this fat, overweight trucker is holding a sign that says Brian.
If anyone ever did that at Verizon, they would be escorted off the premises. But you can actually land yourself in serious trouble doing that. Yeah, you can definitely get in some trouble with that. I wouldn't recommend anyone doing what Jay's recommending.
Brian Pampura touches kids. Doesn't matter if it's true. They still saw the sign. See what I'm getting at? Brian. I know where you work. I know where you live. I don't want to do that. That would be like really low. But fuck. Let's do it. You know, imagine showing up to work and there's some guy on the road at the entrance to your workplace with a big sign that says you're a pedophile. Doesn't even matter if it's true. It really doesn't.
Oh boy. Well, I mean, there's plenty of people throughout history. Alexander the Great, Achilles. They had boyfriends and stuff. I don't count the Romans because most of those guys were a bunch of fucking pedophiles. So we won't mention that. But that's a story for another trip down memory lane. But I know I cut that off a little early, but I've seen it before and I know what he's going to say. He's going to repeat the same thing over and over again. Yeah, I hope Jay gets a little bit better. Another cooking recipe from old Troy Archer. Let's see what we got here.
Your boy back. But listen, a lot of people be asking me, yo, what's your diet? What supplements you take? Do you take creatine? I don't take.
And if you guys are wondering, Jay Masters is alpha. He played college football. Okay? In case y'all ask. He played college football. That's an alpha job that meets the criteria. All right, back to this.
Nothing. I'm prison muscle. I'm prison diet. Everything that I ate in prison, I still eat on the street. Look what I'm eating now. I'm eating fucking Chinese food, chat. Look at my stomach muscles. Look, man, look at these arms, bro. Come on. I don't get out of prison and start taking creatine
Hey, Gerald, what's up?
and start taking fucking GNC and taking fucking supplements, champ. I run. I don't have to watch what I eat. This
God, I used to like Chinese food, but at my age, it just tastes like a salt lick at this point in time. It gets my blood pressure up just even looking at it. No, because regardless of looks, Air Athens, there's still the personality factor. Looks change in life, but definitely not personality. Hello, Susan.
discipline. When you got
But I'm not joking. I mean, Jay played college football. That's you can get your brain scrambled. That's alpha, in my opinion. That's a criteria for it.
discipline, you know when to eat and how to eat. I'm eating fucking
He played football too. Didn't someone tell me he played football? Well, shot put and hammer is alpha anyway, so you can definitely get yourself hurt doing that.
Chinese food, son. I eat what I want. Now, do I eat all day? No.
Okay. Well, you can get hurt doing shot put and hammer. So it's an Olympic activity. I must be thinking somebody else. Who am I? It must be one of the other Delray Misfits I'm thinking that played college football.
I might eat like fucking.
My mistake, folks, but yeah. Still an activity that you can definitely get hurt in.
2 meals a day, champ. Like 2 meals a day. No in between snacks. No chips. I don't drink juice. I don't drink soda. But this is a cheat day. So on my cheat day, I don't cheat all day. I pick a time for me to eat something and I just dig in. But I eat my calories. I don't drink them. I learned that from a doctor. Eat your calories. Don't drink.
He is somewhat right on that. When you're eating food rather than doing a liquid diet, your body is going to use a lot more energy digesting as opposed to a liquid diet. So there is some truth as far as what Troy is actually saying.
Drink them. Look. Lo mein and rice.
Not sure where Lamar is doing, but I hope he's doing well.
Beef. Late night. Lo mein and rice. When you got my genetics is great, awesome. I'm blessed.
Well, Gerald, a lot of stuff is regurgitated online, but we still have to. Rich said it isn't just Rich. A lot of doctors also tell you that as well. My doctors actually told me it's better to eat than to do liquid diets. So there's a commonality with it. It's not just Rich Piana saying it.
That's with good genetics. Long as I don't overeat, don't be eating no bullshit, don't be doing no bull eating all day. I don't eat all day. I don't take no fucking supplements. I don't. Look at this. This is a gallon of water. And I don't drink a gallon of fucking water a day, champ. I eat when I'm hungry.
I've not really been going to the Swordfish lately. I've been going to Howells or Roof Chris. I'm trying to get in all my stuff before I start work, so.
Drink when I'm thirsty. That's it. But I do have a cheat day. And this is the weekend. New Year's Eve. I'm chilling.
What's up, Lamar? How you doing, man? Hey, I got my stream shut down now, but, you know, of course I can always start another one, but yeah, even mine got shut down because of the Steamboat Willie, which looks like Disney's still fucking around with things, but I'll teach them.
Look, man, I'm not playing, bro. Come on, man. I don't eat like this no all day, every fucking day. I can't look like this and eat this kind of shit every day, all day. No. This is pleasure. I had enough discipline throughout the week, throughout the month to where I can enjoy this. You can't.
Yeah, even though they've lost their copyright, Lamar, Disney still tries to mess with things. It's the same with Total Gym. Whenever I was selling my Total Gym trainers, even though they knew they didn't have no copyright to the words total and gym, Total Gym would still fuck around because, you know, eBay allowed them to do it there. So, yeah.
You don't got no discipline. You're on the beginner stage. You can't eat this kind of stuff knowing your fitness journey is a new beginner. You can't eat this stuff. You got to get rid of this stuff. You don't got time in yet. You don't got time in. When you're on the beginner stage, this is distraction food. You're going to be distracted. If I got a friend that's starting their fitness journey, trying to...
It's not something you can really dispute. But eventually, Disney's going to let their claws out and no longer start screwing with people. Because YouTube will, you know, because what's going to happen is, Lamar, is once they start filing community strikes and they get responses, after a bunch of responses are in place, YouTube's just going to tell Disney, hey, you can't do that. Yes, I still have my Bowflex Max trainer. I've never owned a Peloton.
Do something positive.
Yeah, he does smack a lot there, so.
Trying to change their life. I'm not going to offer them no non-nutritional food. I'm going to offer this motherfucker some water, some apples, some vegetables, some fruit, stuff like that. Tony, man. I eat 2 meals a day, and I intermittent fast a lot. See, when you add intermittent fasting to your workout, when you choose to eat, you can eat what the fuck you want. And a lot of people are like, yo, I'm trying to get big. What I gotta do? You gotta eat big to get big. I'm not trying to be big. I don't want to be big. So I'm not going to eat 6 meals a day, 8 meals a day, 7 meals a day. I'm not going to eat like builders eat. They're competing. They got to eat. They have to eat like that. They on a big stage. I'm not into eating like that. I eat no more than 2 meals a day.
I've not seen him yet there, Lamar. I've just been, like I said, the channel's going to change as far as timetables, going back to working wise. Hey, Pugman, what's up? Hope you're doing well. But yeah, my work schedule's changing, so I'm just trying to absorb as much information as I can, Lamar. So I've not really been watching too many YouTube videos. I'll be honest with you, but I'll check it out though.
Today, no in between snacks, no chips, no cakes, no candy,
Indeed, thank Pugman, folks.
no soda, no juice, water, my 2 meals, and that's it. I like being lean. When you eat less, you weigh less. So,
Just smacking those lips here. I mean, Troy has a seriously high metabolism. Plus, technically, he's not really eating a bunch of stuff there. That may look all fattening and everything, but, if he's only eating 2 of those, that may be at the most maybe 1,600 calories or so.
I'm trying to
Well, I do work for myself, but, gonna work a job there, I need to put more money in for retirement. You see, I could sit around and run my job and pay bills, but if I get a job, I can take all the money I make from that job and put it towards my retirement. So if I make about 3 or 4 thousand a month, I could take that $4,000 and I could put it in the bank. I don't have to spend it on bills or anything. So that's a good thing.
tell y'all, man, discipline. Discipline. My diet, the average, anybody can't do. So I don't even explain my diet. What I tell people is, you got to have discipline. That's it. You got to have discipline, and I don't meal prep. That meal prepping shit is for people that like to meal prep. They might feel like that their discipline is a little off, so they like their food prepared. I don't need my food prepared. I know when to eat.
It's a healthcare company, Lamar. I'm wearing pajamas.
If I'm not hungry, I'm not going to eat. Yo, man, you gotta eat. No, I don't have to eat this. You gotta eat this. You got fucked up genetics. I don't. My genetics is superb. Your genetics is fucked up. You deal with inflammation. You deal with a lot of bullshit. So you gotta work extra hard. Me. And I still work extra hard, champ.
Just doing. Yes, it's customer service related. I will say I'm taking a huge pay cut, Pugman. Because I was making 70 a year. I did get one offer from Spectrum. But ultimately, there's a couple of things that factor in. By doing this job, it leaves me time for doing live streams, and it's going to give me a more work balance life. In other words, no weekends or working weekends or anything like that. So, but yeah, the optics work to where I can still continue to do exactly what I'm doing, Pugman. The only changes I need to make is just on the handling of calls and the help desk chats for my websites, and that's about it. Everything else, for the most part, is AI controlled. So
you trying to get big, so you gotta eat big. I ain't trying to.
But Pugman, I'll email you, let you know where I'm working at.
Get big. Mm-mm. Yo, man, what people say? These people don't got no results. Just be blabbing at the fucking mouth. Just talking, champ. Yo, that's bad for you. This bad for you. It's bad for you. It ain't bad for me.
Well, it's not going to really be bad for anyone. If you're, like I said, if you notice what he actually said, he only eats 2 plates of that Chinese food. That's not that many calories, folks. And considering how much, I'm assuming that he works a job that involves strenuous activity, along with his regular workouts. He's burning more calories than he's taking in because 2 plates of Chinese food really isn't that much calories, even with all the grease and fat in it. I'm not going to tell anyone. I'll let Pugman know there, but not anyone else. It wouldn't make a difference. People knew I worked at Verizon. And I'm sure people did try to call, but where's it going to get them? Nowhere. Don't worry, even if someone finds out where I work, it doesn't make a difference anyway. Remember, this is stuff for extra money, so. But significant pay cut, but it gives me a lot more flexibility to continue doing what I do best. Because at the end of the day, my main task is running the business and, of course, running the social media thingamajig. So, what it is what it is. What it's going to be is what it's going to be. Alright, we got a little Sam Sulik here. Yeah, I mean, that's another thing. I'm on LinkedIn as well, so.
To be determined,
But I won't have it listed on LinkedIn. Usually I don't list job references, at least until about a year or two.
we'll see. Oh my goodness. We'll see. So let's just cut to that first working set. All right, after a proper warm-up, tries, shoulders, forearms, rotator cuff, and then doing a plate, 2 plates, 3 plates. I think I just want to stick to 3. I don't really want to be jumping into 365 territory right now, just subjective feeling wise. But let's throw this around for as many as I can do, and I should be getting at least into the teens range for sure. That is for sure.
Dang, he's just knocking that out like it ain't nothing. That's strength of where that's actually considered a warm-up exercise.
Okay.
Tater Tot, I can't watch any of Adams or Cubans. They have me blocked from watching their crap. Not that I care anyway. I'm sure they just blab about nothing. So.
One more at least. If you've noticed, my depth has improved dramatically. I was benching foolishly high up in the beginning of this year. I like to stretch. I'm glad I kind of switched that up a little bit. Sometimes I go a little bit high if I'm going really heavy, but for the most part, I'm getting a lot deeper than before. Okay.
Well, Walter, that was a clip from my friend Menstone Labs, so I could show that. It's just that I can't go into any of their live streams.
All right. Let's just move on to incline hammer strength. hard to beat hammer strength incline press, at least for, machine presses. So I'm already exposed to a lot of weight from doing incline barbell. It's been a while since I've done this machine, so I did do some feeler reps just to make sure it felt good. But I'm already exposed to weight. I'm ready to jump into a legit. Oh my goodness. Ugh. I had to bring a water bottle. My throat's getting really dry. But I'm ready to jump into a good set. So let me play some kind of music and get hyped up.
This is actually one of my favorite machines, KCB. I love this incline machine. The one that they have for hammer strength. It's one of my favorites. It hits the chest pretty good. I usually use at my gym. It's mainly machine weights, but still the same repetition. But it hits the chest pretty good.
Okay. One more.
Yeah, he's getting every little bit out of that workout, that's for sure.
Let's do one more, but 3 plates instead of 4. I think 4 is too heavy now. Okay. As much as I love this machine, I get a lot of front delt activation. And not only that, but unwanted front delt activation. So I think that's enough of this.
Yeah, you get a lot of tricep exercise out of that as well. So, I still like the machine.
Let's find a pec deck. We're on to the flying portion of the movement, I think. Or portion of the set. I mean, workout. Whatever. All right, so I was almost a little bit disappointed. I couldn't find the regular pec fly. You know, the one with the 2 arms. It's just a classic. But I did see this. And rather than just being a chump and say, oh, I've never tried that before, I'm going to move on, did a feeler rep. The squeeze is fucking killer. I don't necessarily feel the tension that I can feel with a really heavy, like, standard Life Fitness fly. But I think 2 of these are going to feel pretty sweet. And then maybe I finish with, like, bent over cable flies, and this pump is going to be... might be one to remember.
See how enthusiastic he sounds about working out? That's why he has so many subscribers. I mean, you see how enthusiastic he's about a fly machine? It's crazy. This is the reason why he has so many subscribers, because of that enthusiasm, or at least one of the reasons.
Ugh. Okay. One more. Okay. Let's finish with one kind of something with some cables, and then check the pump somewhere. Moderate weight, in front of the body flies, and then kind of bend over, finish off with bent over. I guess that kind of goes without saying, but whatever. And I think this chest day is done. A little bit higher volume than I've been doing, but it feels pretty good.
It's good to know that he's incorporating free weights, he's incorporating machines, and he's incorporating cable weights to, build muscle. So, very, very impressive.
Yeah. Okay.
No, his audio's not messed up, Walter.
That wasn't an absolute bananas failure. That's kind of just add the finishing touches. But let's pose down. Hope I don't make any mad.
I also have no clue as far as to what a Lenny rep is. Looks like he's just doing a regular workout.
And get out of here. All right. So
time for posing.
One thing I did not read in the Anytime Fitness contract was a shirtless posing policy. And if it's there, I definitely must have skimmed it. So let's see how we're looking chest-wise. Oh my goodness. I've seen worse. In worse lighting as well. Oh. Yeah, the lighting does leave just a touch to be desired. Eesh. But not too much. I mean, oof. There's not really a comparison.
The nips are looking a little juicy there. He better slow his roll on the andros.
Situation. When your arms are pumped, you can't touch your shoulders. But when your chest is pumped, you're just kind of pumped. You just know. Maybe I should measure my bust before.
Oh, Athens, quit messing with them. Send money for bucks. I may actually do that one day. But no, I'm not my cousin or anything.
Before and after. I guess that'd be a good way to indicate how good the pump was. But no point sitting here anymore. Let's go eat.
Hey, Lion, what's up?
Hey, man, I'm out. I gotta get some grub in my system. Pronto. That, honestly, apart from one thing, I do think that the those incline hammer strength press sets.
Yeah, I like that video. It's good that, like I said, it's pretty good for him to incorporate the free weights, the machines and cables and stuff like that in order to hit the chest. But his nips are looking a little bit juicy there, so he may need to slow down and get a little Novadex or something for that. Other than that, good workout. Interesting. What's this?
Call whoever you want. You have my money. I want my money. I don't have it. Where is it? Where's my money? Where's my money? I've never heard such a thing in my life.
I've already answered your question about McCluckin to you. Maybe you should clean your wax out of your ears. I've answered it 1,000,000 times, including at the very beginning, because the questions you've asked are the same ones that were asked this at the beginning of the show.
I'm sorry. I'm gonna have to ask all of you to split in the car for me. I really appreciate it. Okay? It'll be a lot better and secure for everybody.
Right, but we're next in line.
Yes,
So we have that, okay.
No, all right. Please.
We got it recording too, don't worry.
So what's up? I got
No, what's up?
I'm here for withdrawal. This lady knew ahead of time. I told her I'm coming here. I don't know why she's not getting my money.
Okay.
That's it. The bank doesn't have my money. I told them I want my money now. They said you have to wait till Tuesday. And I'm telling them.
Exactly, Walter. You just came in. You asked the very same questions that were asked at the very beginning of the show. You're welcome to wind it back. Or ask the same question again. So, in any event, let's continue with the video.
That's unacceptable.
How much is
It doesn't matter how much.
Well, it does because sometimes banks don't have
No,
money.
that's not my problem.
Well, dude, I run into this
But hold on a
myself.
second.
Trust
You're
me.
misspeaking, though. That's not my problem. They lend out my money. There's something
Adam doesn't even have $1,000.
called fractional reserve lending.
Okay.
They're lending.
And not only that, how in the world is it possible for me to show a video for something that I don't watch? Don't forget that they have me blocked on their live stream, so I would have to have sight of mine and in order to actually go back and listen to what they've recorded, which I don't have access to anyway. So the offer is just bullshit, Tot. I don't have access. They have me blocked on their live stream, so there's not a way for me to actually copy what they've actually done.
Lending out for every $1, $10. That's not my problem.
that's just-
I'm asking her, where the fuck is my money?
Dude, you don't have to start cursing.
No,
and everything.
I'm
And
entitled
you
to get
just be-
upset.
Yeah, I get it.
I'm entitled.
Okay.
And then I'm told now that this lady is telling me I can't come count my own money. I'm not entitled to walk in and count my money. What kind of shit is this, man? Can I have my money, please? I have the deposit there. I'm waiting. You're wasting my time. Fuck out of here, man.
Yes, they did call themselves alphas numerous times there over the years. They've said it there, Walter. But to produce a video, I never recorded any of their videos. So what's your point? It's a moot point there, Walter. So, really.
I'm gonna go talk to her. All right.
Yeah, I've never seen this video before, but, there's nobody more gangster than a bank, Sometimes you just have to disengage from situations like that.
I'll see what's going on.
It's the dumbest shit I ever heard in my life, man. It's nonsense. This is like preschool, bro. I swear. This is the dumbest shit I ever heard in my life, man. I never heard dumb shit like this. Look, look at this. Look at this. Bitch ass bank people crying and shit.
One other thing I do want to mention, you're not supposed to be filming at a bank, so that may also affect it. If you guys want to film at a bank, use a hidden camera. Don't just have your cell phone just out just filming everybody. Nobody don't want to be on camera, especially in a bank situation. So that's probably also factoring in as far as his issues are concerned.
Guys, with all due respect, I gotta go back to my business. I don't have time to waste. Can I have my money, please?
Okay. So
I have a deposit slip filled out already. She already agreed to it on the phone. I have it all recorded. We've been through this for 5 hours back and forth.
deposit slip? What do you mean?
Everything's been signed. She agreed on the phone. I'm coming here to pick up a certain amount of money,
Okay.
$20,000. I'd like to take that. All the forms are signed already.
Oh, $20,000. Now, he didn't mention that there. Yeah, banks will do transfers, but let me tell you guys how a bank actually works. The truth of the matter is, when you deposit $100 into the bank actually uses that $100. Usually, when it comes to a bank, they usually take your money and they put it off in investments and housing and stuff like that, So, regardless as to what deposit you have in the bank, it's not going to be in the bank, folks. I'll just be honest with you. But $20,000 is a significant amount to where, yeah, the bank is going to be quite cautious before doing a withdrawal. So, Walter, no. In a bank, no. In a private facility, if a person asks you to stop filming, in a private facility, a private business, you must stop. Texas be damned. That's in any state. Now, you can film outside of a bank. You can film in any public area, but not inside a bank.
Already. I just like the
You
money.
understand that the rest, they don't. You have to
That's-
order it.
no.
Or that's not your problem.
Who told you that? Who told you you have to order money from the bank? Where are you getting the information
Big
from?
sums of money.
No. Where are you, a law enforcement officer, talking about banking law?
Dude,
Where are you getting your information from that you're speaking as if you know banking law?
I do.
Okay,
Actually,
tell me what law it
personally,
is.
I've been
Tell me
into
what.
banks.
No. You're talking about bank experience. That's not law. The federal government insures my deposits for up to $250,000. Where the fuck is my money?
Let me go back to this again here, okay? The FDIC insured for up to $250,000 doesn't mean that someone can walk into a bank and pull out $250,000 if they have it. That's not exactly how it works.
Do you understand that banks don't carry that?
Yeah, do you know
much
why
money?
they don't carry it? Because they're lending it out making money. That's not my problem.
I don't
Do you
know
understand
why
it's
they
not my
don't carry
problem?
See, and he actually knows this information. He knows that banks generally don't keep that much cash around, you know. Because of that, you know, they're out lending it to people, you know.
Okay, more of a security
No, that's the
issue or
reason.
whatever.
It's not security. Do you understand that's
Whatever,
not
you
my
want to
problem?
argue back and forth.
I just want my money.
All right.
That's it.
So you're gonna take you want to take your 20?
Yeah.
That's what you want to do.
I'd like my money, please, and that's come on, this is nonsense. Yeah. I like my money, please. Yeah. Stop panicking.
Give you the 20. How you doing over there? How you doing?
You guys are all, yeah, nice officers. All right. I'd like my money, please. I'd like to close my account. I'd like my money, please.
Can you tell her how you want your money?
Cash.
20 of it's gonna go cash. The rest is gonna have to be either ordered.
Do you understand that you're a cop talking to me about my money? How dare you talk to me about how I can get my money or not? What the fuck is happening where people like you talk to me about my money? This is my money, not yours, not yours, not yours, not hers.
I
Okay,
understand
I
what
don't.
you're
No,
saying,
you don't
but
understand. I want my fucking money.
All right. Well,
All right, for right now, give me the 20,000. I'll take care of this with this bank later. This is fucking nonsense. It's fucking nonsense, man. You guys are the same ones I dealt with the last time, man,
Yeah,
at the Best Buy.
exactly.
All right, why? Why? She told me the same shit. She said, you can't walk in here without a mask on. Why? Why?
that's the policy, bro.
Policy? I don't give a fuck about policy. Who's the authority? Who's the authoritative figure above me that has that power over me? Who is it?
We went through this
All right,
last time.
but you know what you didn't go through last time?
When you go into any business facility, if there's still businesses in Asheville that ask you to cover up and carry a mask, that's their right. It's their business, you know. So if they're going to lose a lot of customers, but it's their right to lose those customers that don't want to wear a mask. Yeah. Well, I mean, he has every reason to be upset, but up to a point. But he already knows how the banks work, you know. But he's just really agitating this situation by, one, for filming, number two, by cursing at officers that were coming there to defuse the situation. All they're trying to do is defuse the situation. That's it. Well, yeah. Just imagine if it was me, I probably would have gotten beaten to the ground and thrown into a cop car. I've had the cops called on me for getting a withdrawal of $200. This was quite a long time ago whenever I was in my 20s. They actually called the cops and I couldn't even pick up my money that day. They told me to get out, you know. It's the way things are sometimes.
You got your little vaccine shots now. What are you worried about me for? Either you believe in your bullshit or you don't. Do you believe in that shit? Then you're safe. The fuck you worried about me for? Mind your business. To everyone here, mind your fucking business. Don't dare tell me what I have to do. None of you have that authority. And I told you guys there last time at Best Buy when you spoke to me that way. If you think you have the authority, I told you the same shit I'll tell you last time. Come put it on me. The three of you right now, put that shit on my face. I'd fucking love to see it. Put it on my face, man. Come do it. Or don't tell me you have to. Because you're speaking to me as if you have power over me. You don't. None of you do. I just want my money, and this is nonsense. It's a fucking joke, man. It's a fucking joke. Put that shit on my face. I'd fucking love to see it. Put it on my face, man. Come do it. Or don't tell me you have to. Because you're speaking to me as if you have power over me. None of it. You saw my money and this is nonsense. It's a fucking joke. It's a fucking joke.
Hey, boo, use your driver's license.
She's afraid of me like I'm a blind pig, man. What's wrong with this girl?
I don't know if I worked here, they came in here like that.
I called 5 hours ago.
I'd be afraid too, man. You make me insane, you're
They don't have my money.
upset.
I have a family emergency. I need my money.
You make her upset.
I don't care about her. She's not my
I know
mom.
you don't care
She's
about
not
her,
my
but
mom.
she's an older lady.
Where's my money?
You make her upset.
Where's my money?
She's doing it.
Where you going? She doesn't even have, listen, she doesn't even have one quarter of the money I need today. Money. Money.
No, this is pretty legit there, you know. I don't, you know, but yeah, you're going to usually get some questions asked even for a transfer.
When you start banking here, they give you,
What?
they give you
They never,
time
no,
frames.
they never told me that I have to give them a week notice to take my cash out. That's my motherfucking money.
Boo, I think it's up to you.
No, it's not.
If you have that much money in there, I've come across that problem too. I had to give them a notice to get more money when I was buying a car, and I guess it's the
The
same
difference
here.
between you and I is, I'm not gonna think that. Because I know where the fuck it is. I'm asking them, how come you don't have money? How come you don't have $20,000? Why? Yeah, why?
You might not operate that way. TV Bank does.
I don't give a motherfucker.
Then change banks.
Listen,
You know what I'm saying?
okay, I said that. Close my accounts right now. He's going to That's the answer. I agree with you.
No, but-
I agree with you. Let's do it. Close my accounts right now. Let's do it.
I understand what you're saying too, but that's not how they operate. We can't change that. You can't change that. You know what I'm saying? Unless you.
The one thing I want to mention is at least he's drawing attention to the issue with banks, you know. They take your money and they just go and lend it out there, and, you know, you now hear about these banks collapsing and people losing their money, you know. I doubt the beating would start from... I've never watched this video before. No. No date.
People say, I don't give a fuck about your guns. I don't give a fuck about none of that shit. No, none of you have authority over me. So show me the person that has power over me. It's trash.
Candidate? It's all there?
Yep.
All right, give him a call if you want the rest of it back, and
You
then
guys,
we'll close
understand,
you.
you guys understand what's happening? It's not me, bro.
I got you. I'm not holding against you.
I'm
You
getting
just gotta respect our policies too, man.
policy's not law, bro.
I know, but listen,
Policy's not law.
it's not a right to be in here. It's a privilege, right?
No. Who
Just
said
like,
that?
well, if I go to
They
your
have my
store,
money.
I get it. But you can refuse doing business here. Just like you can refuse
That's not true.
me doing business with you
That's
at
not
your
true.
store.
If you come in my store right now and I tell you you can't wear a mask, guess what happens?
I gotta leave.
No. If I tell you you cannot wear a mask in my store, the opposite happens.
No, I have the option of leaving.
No. They'll call the cops. And the cops will come down and say, you can't refuse this person entry because they will have to wear a mask.
That's not true. It's up to the business to refuse. Unless there's
What's your first
medical
name? I'm sorry.
barriers.
Marius, listen. Marius, I don't care about this bullshit, bro.
Yeah, well,
I don't
listen,
care
we
about
could-
this bullshit, man.
we could split
Just
hairs,
listen. I just
have
want
this
to.
political
Listen,
shit.
the township has left me alone. Just let them know, man. Wherever I go, I'm not wearing no fucking mask. Period. Period. I don't want to have no trouble. I don't give a fuck. Fuck them. Let them call you. Let them call you. I told them to let him call.
If you just told them they have a medical condition that you can't,
I
or
did.
whatever it is.
I did. And she asked me what it was, and I said, that's not your business.
But then somewhere the conversation deteriorates where you get upset like this.
Yeah.
Just like you get upset at this.
Listen, she doesn't have my money.
But then what happens if you...
She doesn't have my, I have a family emergency.
listen,
You know, I also blame this on the banks as well, and a lot of businesses, you know. Whenever they can't solve anything, rather than working it out by talking, they usually just call the cops. A lot of businesses. I mean, look at that whole George Floyd situation. You know, the store owner thought that he had a fake $20 bill. Actually, it turned out it wasn't fake, and rather than having it reported, he went and called the cops on something like that, you know. A lot of these businesses need to learn customer service skills and actually learn to talk to people and learn to settle things and stop letting police officers go in and settle their customer service issues. No, the police department has to handle true issues here. unless he's going and threatening to making death threats or something to the clerks or cashiers or so forth, the only thing he's asking for is money, and he's aggravated. You know, being angry is not a crime, and cursing is not a crime. So, you know, if I was in law enforcement still, I would probably tell the bank, look, we're not your security, okay? Unless this guy is making death threats or something, or is destroying merchandise or so forth, that's fine. Other than that, we're not your security. And a lot of these banks, they don't want to hire security. They figure, well, we'll call the cops because the cops are for free.
I have an emergency.
I am appreciative, and
I have an emergency, bro.
I
What am I gonna do?
sympathize with the fact that you have an emergency, but at the same time,
Listen, I
if
like
they
you, bro. I like you, man. Honestly,
if they have-
I didn't mean to disrespect you that one time at Best Buy.
I
Because honestly, man, you were the most
I'm real.
respectful.
I'm real.
I don't have no problem, man.
I'm real.
I don't have no
You get it,
problem.
right?
Personally, I swear, man, it's not you. Please forgive
get
me
it.
for my
I get
disrespect.
it.
It's not
I
towards
get
you. I'm just upset at what happened today because I spent 5 hours. And I have this emergency that happened to me.
Okay.
I needed money to take care of my family.
Gotcha.
This is 5 hours ago, man. I started the process. I called and I notified them.
Okay.
And they couldn't even give me 1/4 of what I needed. And I dealt with that. I
Yeah.
said, fine. How much? Nothing personal, man. Tomorrow, Saturday, you're supposed to be in getaway driver mode right now. You're eating chips and...
Yeah, I think that camera's a little covered up there, so I'm going to be honest with you. I don't blame him for being angry, Banks are just such trash these days, as well as a lot of stores, They have no customer service skills. So then companies hire people like me that actually has customer skills, that's been working in customer service and knows how to deal and diffuse situations like I did as a corrections officer. They call upon people like me in order to deal with people like this, That's what customer relations is all about. So you either hire security or someone that's a specialist in consumer relations, and you be all right. All right, let's see what we got next here.
Like too much of a freak, so that's a great first step. It's supposed to be a 3-month process, so I'll start getting crazy in about a month if it doesn't look okay. Vision wise, very blurry. I have double vision past about 15 feet.
Well, what did I tell you guys? What did I tell you? I told you they fucked up his eyes. He should have never got the surgery. What did I tell you? I told you what would happen in a month whenever everything, all the healing stops and stuff. I told you guys that it would take a month, and now that it's healing up, he's now seeing the actual results. Obviously, he went to a shit doctor. That's the worst $30,000 that he's invested.
It means I see two of the same thing, makes driving very, very difficult. And I think I'm slightly cross-eyed. Some of you guys are saying I'm cross-eyed. I can't tell that well, which I was not told about as a potential side effect of the surgery. So again, hopefully some of this stuff corrects itself. Physically, I think it looks okay. My main concern is some asymmetry with the placement of the...
As an expert at cross-eyed people, no, that's not going to correct itself. That usually is permanent.
Implant, like the right side was placed a little higher, and the implants in general make my eyes look kind of hollow, so I'll speak to the surgeon about that, see what he thinks, if they can be removed or if there's a solution, because I don't really like the way that looks. But again, we'll give it a month or two, we'll see what it looks like.
And folks, this is an example. This is exactly why I don't agree with surgery, hair implants, and other stupid things like that, That's $30,000 down the drain. Now he's going to look like Chuck from the Goonies.
Fuck, I had to end that. I didn't know you were going to watch.
Exactly, that guy. Be happy with what God gave you. That's saying, I mean, like I said, when I started losing my hair, do you think I'm going to get a hair transplant or use Rogaine or something? No. I keep it shaved. I'm up there chilling like Kojak, like Michael Jordan, I mean, do you think I've changed my big ass bell pepper ass nose? No, I like my nose. This is what God gave me. God gave me a big ass nose, you know? Big freaking deal. Big whoop. It's never, I've been able to crush still, The chicks and the dudes like my nose. But I am still blessed. It don't matter how big my nose is. It matters just how big this is. You know what I'm saying? Just keeping it real and telling it to you like it is.
Walk behind me on camera.
Why would that hurt?
I don't. You don't want to get involved. Trust me. The fuck it won't.
You're that close to it?
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah.
All right. Go on there.
Yeah, the guy was here with the blower doing a walk around, and they saw him. Got a good kick out of that.
Blowing this?
Yeah.
Come on back. What are you doing? At third shift. Get over.
Could you hear me talking as you were approaching?
No. Yeah, I thought someone was here. Come here, guys.
Oh boy. Well, that's Mama Masters there. Mama Masters. All right, let's see what we got next. That was freaking wicked there. Damn. That was pretty wicked, folks. That's a good video. Definitely a lot of balance in athletics. Yeah, I remember,
of being a girl,
Yes.
and I am with my all-time role model. This is the person that made
You're
me.
my role model.
No, no, no,
You
no.
can't
You're
say
my
that.
role
No,
model.
no, no, no,
You
no.
inspired me to start making
why are we watching this for?
content, and so accept that.
Yes.
Okay.
I accept it.
This is Jeffrey Marsh.
Will you accept that you're an inspiration? And I love you very much.
Fine, thank you. I love
Okay.
you very much. I have a little gift for you. My signature.
I saw
Little
that.
sunglasses.
Hi.
Hi. This is Jeffrey. What are your pronouns?
They, them.
Okay, I'm she, they. And I wanted to know, as a non-binary human, do you have any relationship to the concept of girlhood?
I'm going to stop there.
I'm actually going to stop there too. Folks, I'll tell you what I usually do. Whenever I walk up to someone, I say, hey, how's it going? And I will address someone based upon what they look like, either sir or ma'am, If they get mad at me, I'll tell them, hey, wasn't intentional. How would you like me to address you? Now, if they're still going to be an asshole, then there's only one thing that you can do about it, okay? There's only one thing that you can do in a specific situation such as this here. Hold on just a minute.
Us.
So if you're in a situation where, you know, they're still going to continue on with pronouns, then
There are 4 lights.
there you go. Very simple. There are 4 lights! And folks, we are moving on to another video. This is not a James Charles channel, okay? This is a Mince channel. And I don't want to hear about girlhood. Nothing personal, folks. Remember, there are 4 lights.
Got that good steak, boy. What you guys know about that?
Damn, Lamar. Look at all them onions on that steak. What restaurant you at? That does look pretty good.
Steak porterhouse, boy. Chilean sea bass, boy. And the macaroni, boy. Boy. Got some good wings for you, boy. Oh, fuck, ain't no wings. Got some good sticky ribs for you, boy. Got that good steak, boy. What you guys know about that steak porterhouse, boy? Chilean sea bass, boy. And the macaroni, boy. Boy. Got some good.
Red Lobster. Red Lobster serves steak, too. Interesting.
Good wings for you, boy.
Yeah.
Well, fuck, ain't no wings. Got some good sticky ribs for you, boy.
I didn't know Red Lobster served that. They serve steaks. That's pretty awesome. You know, when you hear the name of something, you know, usually you think it just serves seafood, but I guess I was wrong. Wrong. All right, let's see what we got next here. It depends on what type of Remy Martin. They have a lower end and a higher end Remy, so depends on the specifics.
Chop baby, I'm a chop baby. Woo! I'm a chop baby, chop. I'm a chop baby. I be inside the bacon with them fucking crack babies. Hey, I'm a chop baby. I'm a chop, yeah. All my niggas walking around with fucking straps, baby. I'm a chop baby. I'm a chop baby. I'm gonna get the big hole out of the
to cut this one short, Lamar. It's got a lot of copyrighted stuff in there, especially the music. I'll probably get flagged. I'll have to erase most of it anyway. So let me check out your other video here. I already had one stream cut. Well, I wouldn't get my stream cut off on that, but yeah. Let's see what we got here.
Look at that water.
Well, if you got 4K, you don't gotta worry about that?
Well, Chad, for a bottle like that, that's a collectible. Let me try that again, sorry.
Look at that water.
Well, if you got 4K, you don't gotta worry about that?
Some of the most beautiful things in life are the most deadliest. I mean, there's a bunch of people that kill themselves every year just jumping right off Niagara Falls. Never can figure out why they do that stuff for. It's very odd.
What's cracking?
Oh boy, him again.
What's cracking? What's cracking? So listen, guys. We're going into this new year. I don't want you ones that keep on setting your New Year resolution. Oh, 2024 ain't this. 2024 I'm not doing that. Man, keep that shit to yourself. Don't nobody care what you gonna do. You know what I'm saying? Just apply it. Just do it. Because me personally, I know I don't give a damn about what you're gonna do or what you're not gonna do. But I'll tell you what ain't gonna happen. You ain't gonna be consistent. You ain't gonna stick to the script. Because if you was, you wouldn't be one of those that always talk about what you're gonna do.
The correct pronunciation is script, not script. Not shrimp. You sound like Bubba Gump, you know.
Following year. Shit, you didn't do what you said you was gonna do in 2023. So, let's just keep it all the way real. Anyway, what's new? What's been going on, guys? I see everybody is still trying to ride on the coattail of Sam Sorlick. Keep on trying to make these videos like what he doing is just so wild and so against the grain and so new and this and that. He's 21, 22, taking all these PEDs.
Sounds to me like he's a little jealous of Sam Sulik's success as far as social media is concerned. I mean, you can literally hear it in his voice as to how jealous he is.
He should tell people what he's taking and all this crap. If the boy didn't have the large following that he had, nobody would be saying anything, because I'm going to keep it all the way real with you. A lot of dudes starts taking gear at the age of 14.
By the way, folks, what in the world is keeping it real, you know? I mean, everyone's for real, you know? It's real life. That's this keeping it real stuff, you know? When I say keeping it real and telling it to you like it is, it's, you know, it's a comedy skit. It's like Groucho, it's like Porky Pig. But eat, that's all, folks. It's a saying, you know? But, you know, it has no the problem is that Mack Truck is trying to put a general meaning behind I'm gonna keep it real, as if somebody else is not keeping it real. Anything that you say in life is just real, you know, unless you use it as a comedy skit or a catchphrase, you know. I always use the words keeping it real and telling it to you like it is. It has no basis or any meaning to it whatsoever. I don't make any references that other people ain't keeping it real, you know. He references this, I'm gonna keep it real, as though everybody else other than him isn't keeping it real, you know. Anyway, let's get back to what he's yammering about.
15 years old. And now that SARMs are out.
The Louis the 13th, I don't get down with these catchphrases. I mean, it's just because something's expensive doesn't mean it's going to be a great cognac. So, I would just taste it and see. But a lot of times I find cheaper XOs actually taste better than the so-called super expensive stuff.
They're taking SARMs, RPDs, R steroids. You see what I'm saying? And no one is really.
I would never spend $11,000 on cognac. Even if I was a multimillionaire, I'd never spend that much money on. The most I've ever spent on cognac is maybe $100 at most, and that was a gift. You know.
Really speaking on that, but they so focused on this dude. Let that dude breathe. Let him do his thing. Because the last time I checked, he don't speak on no one outside of what he's doing. You know, he's not sending subliminals. He's not talking about what the next person was doing and this and that. So let the guy do what he's doing. He remind me of a larger Rich Piana, because this platform is larger than Rich Piana's was. I ain't ever think I'll see somebody come along that could be larger than Rich Piana. Mac, you tripping. Man, I watched Rich build his stuff. Y'all must have forgot I was there for the beginning of the muting and Love It, Kill It before it switched to 5%. Now, I wasn't at the beginning with Herc and Maverick. I wasn't there. Viking brought me along. 2012, 2011, something like that. So, before he even was large. Because when I met Rich, the most freaking...
Chad, get him something else. I wouldn't... I mean, unless he's I mean, if he collects expensive cognac, okay, fine. But if it's someone that doesn't collect, is not a collector of it, I wouldn't even bother getting it.
Followers he had on his platform.
One thing's for sure, that's a good gift for your dad, though, if he is a collector of cognac.
It was like 60,000. Sam Sorley quadrupled. It ain't even a number for how large he got so fast over Rich Piana. So he's larger than Rich Piana. I know a lot of y'all gonna get mad about it, but I don't give a damn. I call a spade a spade. The boy is doing things that this industry of social media, fitness, or whatever haven't seen. He's rocking the same hat, nearly the same clothes, and using a tripod. And he's getting hundreds of thousands of views on each video. He's got a few million on his subscribers on his YouTube channel. He has, what is that? His Instagram is large. So there's no one did that. You see what I'm saying? So it's safe to say, when it comes to blow for blow, he then surpassed Rich Piana. I didn't think I'd ever see someone do that, but I'm glad that the guy that did do it, he don't have all this made up muscle, and he's not lying to the peoples. He's not trying to portray himself like this biker / gangster. He's actually doing him. College working or whatever he's doing him. You see what I'm saying? Now let's tap on into, because I'm just going through the things that's mainly flying all over my wall. C-Bum, Chris Bumstead. Now they talking about that his 20 plus million followers gotta be fake and bought. How?
I mean, it's pretty easy to back up Sam. He's a good kid and everything like that, but I'm still sensing a little bit of jealousy from Mac Truck there. I'm going to be honest with you. He's saying the words, but what he's actually thinking is a little bit different, you know. But yes, when it comes to the collections, I don't collect things because I consider it as, in my opinion, as a frugal minimalist. I see it as a waste of money. That's for me. But you got to go with someone's personality. Some people have that personality of being a collector, and that's perfectly fine as long as they do a good job at what their talents are, which is collecting. And in being a collector, there's a lot of money to be made into it because, you have the ability to recognize cards and stuff. There's a live stream channel to where they open up boxes of baseball cards and they identify them and explain them. So, yeah.
What do he get out of buying that mini? If he had that mini, he should have Coca-Cola signing him. He should have Angelina Jolie publicists reaching out to him. This whole industry of watching pockets and envy and hatred towards someone that's doing extremely well for themselves, that's in their own lane, is poisonous. C-Bum, one of the most humblest guys you would ever meet outside of Big Randy and a few other guys. Humble, nice, kind, and he carried the business really well. Do I believe that he have all those followers and that they are real? Absolutely. When people say Mr. Olympia, they don't say Phil Heath. They don't say, they say Phil Heath. Let me paraphrase that a little different. When people say today's Mr. Olympia, they don't say Big Randy. They don't say Heidi Chupa. They don't say Derek Lunsford. They say Chris Bumstead, C-Bum. Everybody thinks C-Bum is Mr. Olympia.
You out your damn mind, Mac Truck. We all know who Mr. Olympia is. I mean, where are you getting this stuff from, I mean, Chris Bumstead, he's a great athlete and bodybuilder, and he is a Mr. Olympia, but he's not an open class. He's not the Mr. Olympia that we consider Mr. Olympia, Why does it matter what Angela Jolie thinks is Mr. Olympia, When it comes to people like Angela Jolie, she's an actor. So the only bodybuilders that someone like Angela Jolie would know would of course be Arnold Schwarzenegger and Roland Kipkinger. You guys remember Roland Kipkinger, right? Remember that show Son of the Beach? And Lou Ferrigno, The only thing entertainment actors, when it comes to bodybuilders, the only bodybuilders that the general public can associate with is other actors, the ones that are on TV. They don't even associate too much with Sean Ray. When they hear Sean Ray, they don't see him as a 2-time Arnold Classic champion. And I'm going to call him a 2-time Arnold Classic champion. Okay? 2-time. Because that other show was BS. They see him as the father of his daughter that had their own reality show. That's it. Okay? Chris Bumstead, they're not going to recognize him. He's not in the general public. Now, if Chris Bumstead gets into acting, okay, fine, Then they'll recognize him as maybe a Mr. Olympia, but they'll recognize him more as an actor. They recognize Lou Ferrigno as a bodybuilder simply because he's an actor. He was in that show The Incredible Hulk back in the 70s and those other shows. That's it. But in the bodybuilding universe, Mr. Olympia is not Chris Bumstead in people's eyes, And it's our eyes is the only thing that matters.
So that alone should tell you that his fan base is real. He's touching so many people's because he's so likable. Here it is, I'm a black man, and I would love to have that weird mustache and flowy, soft flowy hair on the top of my head. But guess what? I can't. So I gotta rock what? The bald head.
So because he's white and he has a lot of hair, he's gonna be more popular than you? The fuck out of here with that.
The scruffy face and the fat cheeks. You see what I'm saying? I like C-Bum, and I like that Sam Sorley. Those two dudes mind their business. They take care of whatever it is they taking care of. They don't involve anyone. They're not telling no one to do nothing to harm themselves. harm themselves. They're not trying to do any raffles or anything to lie to the peoples and steal their money. They're not doing none of that stuff. They're not glorifying anything. They're not even glorifying fitness. They're not telling everybody, oh, do this, be a bodybuilder. They're enjoying what they're doing. I like and respect those two guys. They're young, they're hungry, and they're working the system the way it's supposed to be worked. And that's in their favor. You know, I'm actually taking pages out of both of those guys' books. They say you can't teach an old dog new tricks. That's a lie. It's just a lot of old dogs. They're stubborn, set in their ways because they think there's only one way to shave a cat. Nearly impossible. So,
oh, even Mike Ashley would admit even Mike Ashley knows Sean Ray won that show. He ain't gonna say it out front, but he knows Sean Ray won it.
C-Bomb and Sam Sorley, I am glad to have them a part of this community, because when I look for inspiration, I can look at those two guys. Now, you know, I have Jay Cutler, but I'm talking about the younger generation that's under me that's doing it better, or if not better, at the same as the older generation, and they're paving the way in the right direction, because we got to change this image of this. Everybody want to be a gangster. Everybody want to be a gangster. Everybody want to have this hard life and sleeping on benches and went to prison. Everybody want this for some odd reason, and that is not the way. And these two guys are doing it the right way. And let's say his following was bought. What is that going to prove? Because the man's still a millionaire. Hell, that goddamn Sam, I'm quite sure he going to touch 1 million or 2 or 3 for sure by Easter.
Well, cognac is just pretty much, just to simplify things, it's refined. I mean, cognac is just pretty much refined brandy. You know, I drink brandy because it's a lot less expensive. When it comes to cognac, there's very few things that you can mix with it. I do keep cognac, but I keep a lot more brandy. They are similar, but they are two different alcoholic products. Cognac's a more refined brandy. That's keeping it. I don't want to get too complex when it comes to alcohol.
This coming year. So he's going to be on his way of being a millionaire, you know? So it's like, come on now. Let's look, like, I know my supporters, my family members on this channel, in our community, we all pretty much feel kind of the same about this. So this ain't for you guys. This is just giving my input on what I've been seeing and hearing and watching on how I feel about Sam and C-Bomb. Love them two dudes. Have a lot of respect for them. You know, never met down one of them in person. I see Chris in passing. That's it. You know, I don't really go try to introduce myself to people's, you know, because that's just not my forte. Now, I'm not rude. I just don't go insert myself to, hey, I'm whoop-de-whoop this. So until next time, I'll smell you guys later. It's the People's Champ. I'm giving it to y'all gun barrel straight, raw and uncut, no filter, no lying, no cheating, no stealing. No disrespecting nobody unless they disrespect us or disrespect what we stand for.
Blah, 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 blah. He jelly. He's just jealous. That's it.
It is TalkSport. It's the...
All right, we're going to watch just one more, and then that'll be it.
Late Show with Ian Collins. Alex Jones is with us, writer, broadcaster, documentary filmmaker, some say conspiracy theorist. Our first call, ironically, comes from the United States. It's Steve in Georgia. Steve.
Yeah, I have to say, first of all, that I hold no love for government. I don't think I really know anyone who talks about how great government is, but I happen to think that Alex Jones is a con artist who makes his money by telling lies to sick and vulnerable people. And it's the same way as these people who give you these payday loans when you're really low on money. He's basically this guy who...
So now I'm giving payday loans to
Wait,
people.
hold
Sorry,
on
I'm
a
the begging
second.
Listen, no, you called up And
Clear
you
your
called
throat,
me a
though.
con artist, and I guess they've been, circling through calls for an hour to get this lined up. But the point here is they lied about WMDs in Iraq. They lied about saving the naked body scanner images in England and the United States. They lied and said the H1N1 shot was safe, and the British government's banned it because a tenfold increase in seizures and epilepsy and narcolepsy. The Finns have banned it, the Indians. It's being banned everywhere.
You know, folks, I'm going to be honest with you. The best stuff from Alex Jones really is on the radio, not so much as his videos.
I was right about that.
Yeah,
I've been
has
right
British
all
government
along.
done
Hey,
it?
hold on a minute. The banking bailout. I said back in October of 2008 that it was going to be used to be given to the central banks to further leverage the stock market and sell more derivatives, and now that's exactly what they did. So you call in and claim I'm giving out payday loans. That I'm not in that business. I have nothing to do with that. You use your
I
little
never said
analogies.
you were. I'm
Hey,
making
you
an
listen to
analogy
me.
before
Nobody
you
can
let me
deny
finish.
that we're going into tyranny. No, you're a con artist. You're a little sniveling operative who's pathetic. Either you're on
Hold on.
government
Look,
or
you
foundation
are such a
payroll,
massive
or you're
joke.
just
Hold
jealous
on.
of somebody that's got testicles. You're just jealous of a real man, and I dare you to say it to my face, punk. I'm 100% real. I'm a caveman. I'm into liberty and freedom. I know this human species is going to the stars, and I'm not going to let a bunch of parasite control freaks run my life or take my guns or bring me into a North American Union. 25 years ago, they'd tell people in Europe it was a conspiracy theory that there was a European Union being set up, an unelected bunch of crooks. 75% of British laws being made by the EU. Your parliament being a bunch of puppets. And then you call me from Georgia, out there with the Georgia Guidestones, put up by the globalists, calling for world government, and tell me I'm a fraud? You're a stinking little fraud. So don't worry. They're jacking your fluoride with all sorts of garbage. They're putting stuff in your shots. You're being sterilized. The U.S. IQ's dropped by almost 20%. I told people a decade that bisphenol A and all the major plastic products was sterilizing them, and now it's admitted. And you got a problem because people are listening to me, and they know what I said 15 years ago and 5 years ago, and they know it's all coming true, punk. And you don't like it. Infowars.com, prisonplanet.com. Find the truth. Download my films for free. Endgame Blueprint for Global Enslavement. The Obama Deception, The Road to Tyranny, Terror Storm, Dark Secrets Inside Bohemian Grove. You're not stopping the signal of free humanity. We're coming for you, trash. Get out of our lives, chicken neck.
You want to come back on that, Steve?
Is he done?
Yeah, oh, is he done? Hey, listen, fluoride head. You're a coward. Infowars.com. How do you like that? Infowars.com. I'm not laying down to you, boy. Everybody knows England's the greatest surveillance police state in the world. Everybody knows the U.S. is a close second. Everybody knows our government secretly tortures and secretly arrests people. Everybody knows this is a bona fide tyranny. And I'm not taxing you. I'm not running your life. I'm not telling you how to live. I'm saying get out of my life. And you call up bitching about me, saying I'm spreading lies. I'm not telling one single lie. All I do is research the truth.
Let's take another. Steve, thank you very much indeed for that. Let's take another call.
See ya, punk.
This will be David in Kingsbury. David, hello.
Hello, Ian. Nice to talk to you again. How are you?
Yeah, and you too. You're through to Alex. What do you want to say?
Well, I've been studying global warming. I've been looking at all the massive holes that are opening up.
Yeah, that's why that guy called. He's panicking.
Oh, dear.
That's why one of them took over Discovery Channel and said, kill all the maggot
I know.
babies. These bastard parasites want the planet for themselves, and now they've discovered that we're not laying down to them. The sleeping giant, that's humanity, is getting up off its ass, and it's going to kick. I'm sorry, go ahead.
That's right. Sorry, I've been studying global warming and trying to...
Let me let you hear what a free caveman with 170 IQ sounds like. I know what you're doing, scientific dictatorship, and I'm aware of you. I'm free humanity. I'm rising.
Anyway, I've been...
I told you all of this stuff from radio is just awesome. Normally I wouldn't play anything past that time, but you know, you can't get enough mints out of this.
Facing global warming on the internet for years with all sorts of people who don't take any notice at all. The only thing they will listen to is science by scientists and nothing less. So I have realise the only thing that's going to work against them is to have the anti-ITCC, that is.
Cover their Nazism. They will not exterminate us. They will not stamp us. They will not number us. They will not castrate us chemically. We're aware of their criminal activities.
Doing well there. Yeah.
So, David, what are you doing then in your... you obviously
These
believe...
little scumbags
Hang
are
on, Alex.
invincible.
Hang on,
That's
Alex.
why they put on an air of invincibility.
Hang on,
They're
Alex.
weak.
Take a
They're
breath.
weak.
Take a breath, Alex. Let's just hear what David's...
Too much
what
CO2.
David's doing, because I think David is supporting...
David, I'll
I
shut
am
up.
I think he's
You've heard enemy
supporting
of
what you
humanity.
do.
I heard a snake call in. I'm ready for war.
Meantime, back
Alex.
here in the U.S. tonight into the...
Good old Alex Jones there. I think that's going to be the last of the videos I'm going to play. We got 15 minutes left, folks. Get your questions in. If you wish to put a donation in, you can. But if anything, be sure to smash that like button here. So let's get a little music going here. All right, Chad, I wasn't paying too much attention to your question, but let me put it to you this way. Cognac is brandy. It's a variety of brandy. It's just a more refined version of brandy. When you talk Remy and Hennessy, those are brands. But when it comes to cognac, I've always considered cognac a more refined version of brandy because, you know, cognac has to be double stilled. It's got to be aged. There's a lot of bigger process in that type of brandy. That's why the best way I can describe it is it's a more refined version of brandy, in other words. It's refined so much that you got to call it a different name. But yes, technically cognac is brandy. But, you know, but there's a reason why they're called two different things. And we'll play some Brother Midnight on Friday. Like I said, the show ends pretty soon. I want to make sure I do my Q&A, answer all the questions that are out there. Quick pump. Hennessy is just a brand. That's all. It's a company, Chad. Hennessy is a company. Remy Martin is a company. They produce cognacs. And I think Remy also produces some brandy. But don't get hung up too much on cognac being part of brandy or anything like that. I mean, it's like whiskey and stuff, you know. E&J. I will use E&J mixers, but as far as that cheap stuff, no. E&J makes some good mixers, but not so much as far as actual alcohol to drink. You'll get a headache. Well, Chad, I don't use either one of those brands. I use ABK6 cognac. So if you want really good cognac, go get some ABK6 XO rather than Hennessy or Remy. I can guarantee you'll like the ABK6 a lot better. ABK6 is my choice of cognac. I've had Hennessy and I've had Remy, and in my opinion, none of them hold a candle to ABK6 cognac. Well, in low-income areas, they're usually drinking 40 ounces. You know, Old English 800 and Bulldog and stuff like that, or whatever they call it these days. Thoughts on Remy Ma? Don't piss her off. Don't get her upset. Because not only would you have to deal with her, you have to deal with her husband, Papoose. Papoose is just as crazy as Remy Ma. No, Tupac is dead. Don't buy any of these stories about him being alive. What is VSOP? A very special old pint. It's really it's cognac that's aged 5 years or more. VS is usually aged 2 years. VSOP is aged 5 years or more, and XO is usually aged 10 years or more. So when it comes to VSOP, chat, it's telling you what type of age it is. But you have to remember, just because it has a specific age doesn't make it any better or worse. When I look at cognac, the more expensive cognac is supposed to be darker, but you got to be careful because a lot of these brands will artificially put coloring in it to make it look more expensive. That's why I say I like going with ABK6 because I trust the brand. They don't adulterate it or anything. I would say Papoose is crazier than Troy Archer. The reason being is Papoose seems to have a chip in the shoulder. He wants to... He has something to prove. It doesn't matter, MD. ABK6 XO will blow Hennessy out of the water. And usually when I get cognac, I get the VSOP ABK6. It's $30. It tastes. I think it tastes better. I think it's better than the Hennessy XO. I kid you not. ABK6 makes a good alcohol. They're single estates, you know. This one is the one I drink the most, is the VSOP ABK6. Now, the VS is pretty good, but you know, you have your different flavors. This is my choice right here. ABK6 VSOP. This is what I keep stocked in my bar. That's it. I don't even buy the XO stuff. Yeah. VSOP is about $30, but yes, the XO is $134 and it's well worth it. About the time it takes to pick my nose. McCuck would probably pull a gun on me, so I'd probably have to take that gun and shove it up his ass. He wouldn't have the balls to pull a gun on me or shoot it. And it just seems that way. And he's actually... Did he not say that on one of his videos? I think he did. Doesn't matter whether he's got a gun or not. Man, it'd take me just as long as picking his nose. Because he'll hesitate when throwing a punch. Me, I'll just walk up to him and that's it. There ain't gonna be no hesitation, ain't gonna be no talking or anything like that. I'm just gonna walk up to him and knock him out and that's it. He'll hesitate at the moment. I won't. That's the best way to win a fight. When you know it's on, make sure you get in the first shot. Don't think about it. Don't talk to him. Don't try to reason it out. It's best to always walk away from a fight, but when you know that a fight is about to happen, try to get in the first shot. Don't wait until don't dare the person to hit him. You swing first. The minute I know that there's not any actions I can take and I have to fight myself out of it, that's when the fight is on. Plain and simple. I don't drink too much tequila. I don't keep that around too much. No, I usually get ABK6 for $30-some quick pump. If you're looking online, it's going to show 50, but if you go directly into the store at Total Wine, you should be able to get it for like $30, $32. How am I going to show a clip when I don't have any clips? I've seen them say it on there before. I don't go and record people's clips. And since I don't have access to any of his old clips, so what? McCluck and Cuban have called themselves alphas and real men and stuff before on plenty of their videos. If they want to lie about it, then that's fine. They're making challenges knowing that, you know, I don't record anyone's videos. So fuck them and fuck you too, because I'm sure you're either McCluck or Cuban there, Eric Pike. You eat pork rinds with cognac. Ugh. You know, if you're gonna have cognac, you want to have a selection of cheeses, some grapes, apple slices and stuff, a couple of hors d'oeuvres or so forth. I would go with crackers, actually. That way it soaks up the alcohol. But you want to have an assortment of cheeses, sometimes some sort of smoked sausage of some type, you know. That always goes good with cognac. I would have actually, honestly, I would avoid any meats. It pairs better with any fruit-based hors d'oeuvres. Yes, cognac is meant to be drunk neat. You don't want to put any ice in it. Now, ABK6 does make a cognac ice, which you can mix it with ice. Let me find that one. Now, this particular one, you can mix with, you can put ice into this one. And this one, I don't keep this much around. I've had it before. It's pretty good. What is a top lieutenant anyway? Well, I would show you there, Chad, but we are actually out of time. It is 30 seconds till 10 o'clock, actually. But I'll show you next time. Well, actually, I think I got a video of my wine collection. Yeah, hold on a minute. I guess I'll tell you what. Hold on. Here's what I'll do. I'll run the show a little bit later than normal. And I'll show you this video. This is a guy. This is pretty much... What's going on, everybody? Vince Goodrum here. It is Saturday afternoon. And I'm just getting home from the office. This here is an educational guide for alcohol. I will be filming videos tomorrow. Had to head home early because the gym closes at 8 o'clock. But recently you guys showed me... I did this about 3 years ago. My bar looks a lot different now. So, Big Trip's video about him drinking Turkey Hill bourbon and beer and saying that real men eat burritos and hamburgers and stuff like that. Well, he's wrong! Wrong! Big Trips, I hope you're listening because you're going to get another lesson in eating and drinking like a gentleman. And this one is preferably drinking like a gentleman. The truth of the matter is you spend way, way, way more money on alcohol than I do. And yet I drink finer stuff. So let me put it to you this way. Beer and Old English 800 have very low alcoholic content. They're mostly made of fillers and chemicals and all other sorts of nasty stuff. The Turkey Hill bourbon, you know what? Anything with the plastic cap on it is garbage. No fine alcoholic beverage has a plastic cap on it. Period. It is acceptable for mixers, possibly, but not for alcohol. So I'm going to show you off my collection of what I drink. And I usually go through this every 3 months, and I'll explain why. So let's start with this here. This here is Don Q Oak Barrel Spice. This is 3-year-old aged rum, Puerto Rican rum with spices and other natural flavors. Take a look here, Trips. 45% alcohol, 90 proof. You talk about yourself being a real man? I don't think so. You try a 90 proof rum and we'll see where you're at. If all you can drink is low alcoholic content beverages, you're a lightweight compared to me. And like I said, this rum has won a number of awards. And it is made in Puerto Rico. Puerto Rico has those lovely spices that are in it. You know, I think Puerto Rico, in my opinion, is the best place that you can get rum, period. And it's very versatile. This is what I mainly drink. I just add a little touch of it in my coffee at night, decaf, and it is awesome. So the next thing I'm going to go with is this here. If you drink gin, again, high alcoholic content, 84 proof. This is made from the Hilton Head. I now use a naval strength gin. It's 100 proof actually. Distillery, 110 proof. Excuse me. It's crisp with juniper, citrus fruits, honeysuckle, and blossoms. Locally made, not too far from me. This is what I use to make my martinis. Like I said, high quality. You can look it up. Then, of course, we have one of my favorite things, Virgil Cane Ginger Infused Bourbon. 80 proof, Trips. Do you understand? Higher alcoholic content, more manly. But again, I don't drink like a drunk. I drink like a gentleman. This is made in Virginia. Or excuse me, I'm sorry. Charleston, South Carolina. I'm thinking of another brand that's very similar to this. Very good. Produced and bottled. Now, the next one is a little bit more complicated. So I'm going to explain to you about cognac. Now, cognac is something that I put in the decanter. Now, a lot of people, when they hear cognac, they hear the song about Pasta Cavassier or drinking some Hennessy and stuff like that. And if you think that is the drink of the wealthy, then you are wrong! Wrong! So I'm going to give you a lesson on cognac. Number one, when you look at cognac, and I'm going to bring this bottle back in just a minute here. Just want to show you what type it was. But I have to give you guys a little explanation on cognac. Now, when you're shopping for cognac, you'll see 3 labels. VS, that stands for very special. VSOP, very special old pale. And XO, which stands for exquisitely aged. So VS, that's what Hennessy and Cavassier usually are. It's cognac that has been aged for only 2 years. Now, VSOP is cognac that has been aged. Decanter is what you use for your most common drunk alcohol. So the decanter basically is for your fancy stuff. It's for your really good stuff, you know. So the cognac, what I usually use for my decanter for, I'll either put cognac in it, I will put brandy, or I'll put a Irish whiskey. It's really up to you, but it's just a fancy container, that's all. For 4 years. It's more or less to show off your alcohol. And exquisitely aged, XO. It's been aged for a minimum of 10 years. And the way you can tell aged cognac is that over time, the cognac gets darker. And the most expensive ones, it's just literally jet black. But you have to be very careful because some companies will add extra ingredients to make it a little bit darker. So you have to shop around. So let me show you this one here. Instead of Hennessy, I use ABK6 cognac. Now, this is a VSOP. So, I mean, I'm not big on XO because it's quite expensive. So I usually choose the middle way by having the very special Old Pale. And this here is a single state cognac. This is awesome. It has won the World Cognac Awards. And let me tell you, this is smooth. Very, very smooth. Just going to show you the bottle itself. Doesn't come in too fancy of a bottle like Douce and Cavassier. And that's just the whole thing. A lot of people just look at the bottles itself by the style. You know, really good cognac is going to come in a pretty subtle bottle. It's not fancy, it's not curved or anything, because I'm looking at the product. Do you understand? Again, cognac. Very high alcohol content. That is going into the decanter. Now, one last thing, and this is just a minor thing I have to touch base on, is the type of glass that you drink out of. Now, you drink out of a bottle, or plastic cup. Me, I use lead-free crystal. It's very heavy, so therefore it'll keep ice a lot colder. And it'll stay cold. If you put something in a very cheap glass, then the ice will melt into your alcohol, and we do not want that. Usually I will put this in the freezer for a little bit before I actually have any of these beverages, and then I'll put a little bit of ice. That way there's less chance of it melting. Either that, or I will take my mixer and I'll take some ice and I'll stir it around, and then I'll strain it, and that way I know that the drink is extra cold. So here we have it, folks. And Trips, again, I hope you're paying attention. And like I said, I go through this about every 2 to 3 months here. Again, no problem. I guarantee if you get ABK6, that's my choice here. You know, it's up to you as far as to, you know, what type of alcohol you wish to get. But if you want my selection as far as cognac is concerned, I always go with ABK6. ABK6 has never let me down. It never has. But folks, that's all I got for tonight. I know the show ran a little bit loud, but I'm going to end off with this final video. A picture of a nice Jamaican powder keg cocktail drink.
Part of the first, I was like broken. I was like broken. I was like broken. Okay, so you're great. This is Don. John, nice to meet you. Part of the
And that, my friends, that's an awesome drink. So thanks again for joining me for the show. I want to thank everybody for hanging out with me for a little bit. Chad, it's just for show. That's all it is. It doesn't improve quality. It's just show. Oh, yeah, I got to do the soul poll. See, I got caught all behind now, so. All right, guys, let's get a little music playing, and then that'll be it, folks. You guys take care, and as always, peace and soul.